Good morning, YouTube. It has been a brief hiatus and I don't even know where to begin. We're on the way to the gym. I think the last time I vlogged was when I gave birth. I don't think I've done one since, or potentially I have. I can't remember. Anyway, if you haven't watched me going and giving birth, please go on my channel and go and watch that. But it's embarrassingly 5 months down the line. I'm only just picking up the vlogging camera, which mums watching will relate, but never mind. I'm back. And I'm going to catch you up on all things life probably in another vlog. But I'm kicking off coming back to YouTube with a what I eat in a day, because I am photo shoot prepping. I've got a photo shoot the start of April, so 8 weeks away. I've been in a gradual deficit with my coach for a while and it's time to step things up a little bit. I'm a breastfeeding, no, I was going to say new. Can you class 5 months postpartum as new? Screw it. I'm a new mum, navigating everything, so it's been genuinely so much more difficult this time, but I'm going to take you through the highs and the lows of it. I'm on my way to the gym, so I'm going to prop you up and start talking. I think the only angle that I really need to buy a phone tripod for the car, but I think that's the angle that you're going to have to get. Look at my bingo wings. That's really bad. I'll have to drive with this hand. I'm going to set off for the gym and just catch you up on a few things and what I've eaten so far today, and then take you along for the rest of it. Okay, so where we're at right now in life. So Rome is 5 months. For anyone new here, Rome is my son. Rome is 5 months and current progress. I recorded a little progress shot actually in the kitchen, so I'll insert it here, but current progress, I started in my deficit just after we'd moved into our current house. So what was that, the start of November? I think maybe mid-November I started. I'm exclusively breastfeeding, so you obviously have to take it quite slow and gradual, and I actually have a shoot towards the back end of the year, so I thought, do you know what, I'm going to start now so it can be nice and slow and, to keep my supply up. And I've got a bit of a warm-up shoot in 8 weeks. This is the one that I'm documenting now. So I started my deficit in November. I've dropped from 64 kilos. I'm now 58. I don't know how much more of a drop I'm going to get because I'm 5'7.5", 5'8". Probably mid-50s will see me really nice and lean, but I'm not really bothered about the scales anyway. My kind of routine with it all at the moment is I'm obviously food tracking. My steps are now 14,500. I train 3 times a week because Charlie and I, as some of you will know, have our own coaching business. I'm very much still working full time and we have to take... No, Rome isn't in nursery or anything, so we have to take turns. So I can just about squeeze in 3 sessions a week with a bit of cardio at the end of it. But to be honest, I manage my physique really quite heavily through my nutrition. I have picked up the camera this morning and vlogged what I've eaten. I didn't talk because the house was quiet. So I always get up and have my electrolytes. I used to drink Hamantra and then they're so expensive. I did some research on some good electrolytes to use, and Hamantra is good, but you actually have to have 3 or something sachets for it to be the recommended amount. And I was like, hun, I'm not paying a mortgage for my electrolytes. So we now drink something called Liquid IV. We really like them. I have them in flavour Tropical Punch. Is he gonna let me in? That's the question. Yeah, I drink it in flavour Tropical Punch. Just have it in a 500ml water bottle in the morning, and it proper sets me up for the day. I said to Charlie and he was like, oh, I don't know if it's placebo or not, but I actually had a headache the other day when we ran out and we were waiting for the others to come. That's how I start my day religiously every morning. I am kind of a coffee drinker, but I'll get onto that because I'm a bit of a pathetic coffee drinker, but I'm not a tea drinker, I'm not a hot drink drinker, so I don't start the day with anything like that. Then on training days, previously I was fine, but now that I'm breastfeeding, I actually can't fast in the morning or else I will be passing out. So I need to have something to eat before I go to train. So I this morning just had some Weetabix, 2 Weetabix, about 130ml of milk. I live in Dubai and I can't for the life of me find what in the UK is semi-skimmed milk, and I am not drinking skimmed milk. So I have 2 Weetabix, about 130ml of whole milk, like a teaspoon of sugar over it, and I had that 5 minutes before I jumped in the car because I'll get straight into my session and then I'll do a bit of cardio afterwards. So that's what I've had today. For the rest of the food, one thing about me in my deficit is I'm not eating boring food, or I'm going to find a way to make boring food a little bit more flavoursome. So I need to have a think about what I'm going to actually have to eat today. I've got some chicken in the fridge, we've got eggs, got some halloumi, I might make a creamy chicken situation, I don't know. I'm going to bring you along so you're going to see it. Okay, it's lunchtime and I had to come back home SOS with the baby. Crying, wanted booby. But for lunch, I saw this thing on Instagram, I'm trying to find it, where this girl had like thinly sliced potato, layered it in a pan and then covered it with eggs, so it was like a crispy here. Wait, I don't know if you can see that, but she like layered the potato and then put the egg on it. Looks 10 out of 10. I need to figure out how I'm going to make the potatoes that thin. But that's what I'm going to do. I've got some smoked salmon flakes and I'm just going to have it with some salad. That's my lunch. And my Greek yogurt bowl, but I'll show you that in a minute. I have 1 potato. Let me just weigh it so I can track it. 200 grams. I'm thinking I'm just going to use this part of the grater. I don't know how well it's going to go. We can but try. I mean, that's all right, isn't it? Oh, look who's come to join. Morning. Good snooze?
For 10 minutes.
I think that's turned out well good. So then the goal is to crisp them in the pan. So for my meals, I basically always try and structure it some sort of meat. Like if I have chicken, I'll have 150 grams or 150 to 200 grams. If I have beef mince, it'll always be 5% and I'll always have 150 to 200 grams of that. Or I'll have like a salmon fillet. How much is the average salmon fillet? 100 grams? 100 and
90 to 110.
90 to 110. Or a tin of tuna, the whole tin, always in water, not in oil. And then I'll have some sort of carbs, so that's usually either 60 to 75 grams of pasta, same amount of rice, dried weight, 200, 250 grams of potato, like, or a jacket potato, or like bread. To be honest, I'm quite adventurous with my carbs. And then a fat sauce, and then fruit and veg on the side. So this is essentially 200 grams of potato. I bought this. Let me put my potato in and then I'll show you. Now my only worry and the only flaw in this plan is if I end up with raw potato in my omelette. Good luck to me. Confession, I don't drink enough water as I should. And I do drink quite a lot of Pepsi Max, Diet Pepsi. 2 cans a day, 2 small cans a day. This is what the cans look like. Yeah, won't catch me dead without drinking a Diet Pepsi. Right, whilst that's doing its thing, my food shop came. So this is the salmon. I just bought some salmon flakes. So in here is 150 grams. So I will probably have 85, I'll have half, 75, maybe 85, because I'm really hungry. So yeah, but on the deli in the supermarket, they have this and it's much cheaper, but I couldn't order it online. So that's what I'm gonna have. I made the executive decision to flip the potato and then I will line it when I put the egg on top. I'm phobic that my potato is gonna be raw. Lid's going on it. We're steaming the top layer. So with the theme of shoot prep, trying to eat as high volume as possible, even though my calories aren't too low at the moment because of obviously the breastfeeding, when I have eggs, I bulk it out with egg whites. So 2 eggs, 2 egg whites in my omelette. And I could, if I didn't have potato, I'd probably put more things in it, but I'm just gonna have the potato today. Like spinach, peppers maybe, but Charlie can crack an egg one-handed. I can't. In here, 2 eggs, 2 egg whites. I'll season the eggs after in the pan. Perfect. I'm gonna do a taste test on these eggs. On these potatoes, sorry. Raw. Well. Oh, screw it. It's not raw. It was just maybe not as... It's alright. It's alright. No panic. Right, let's get the egg in. The egg is in. Now, I'm going to put a lid on it and then crisp it up at the end. Moment of truth. Oh my god, it's too big to flip. Cute! I'm just going to cook it for a tiny bit each side. That's lunch finished. Fat loss friendly. That looks shocking on camera, but really nice in person. Honestly guys, you're gonna have to ignore the leaking boob. It's a consistent thing around here. So stop watching. Not stop watching the video, stop watching my boobs. Meal number 3 time. So when I train, because I have food before, I often then come back and just might like jump straight back in, straight into lunch. But I always have a Greek yogurt bowl with Nutella. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that's my absolute crack. So I'm gonna have it now, mid-afternoon, because I'm not like peckish, but I've got dinner and then I've got my Ripple bar after dinner. So it's a bit too much for dinner if I have it then. So 250 grams of 0% fat Fage with 30 grams of Nutella. Let's make it. Rome's currently just chilling. You watch them, or you watch him. 5 months is wild, keeping someone entertained. Here we go. You want this one? Okay. Wow. His auntie bought him this. Okay. Do you know, I have this meal every single day, and there isn't a day that goes by that I don't weigh what I have. And I think that's the key for fat loss, and I'll tell all of my clients this. You might think you know what 30 grams of mayo is, but I guarantee it'll be off. So always weigh your foods, people. It's not obsessive. Before the internet tells you it's obsessive, it's not. So, can't wait for him to be able to try a bit of this, although I think he has to have the full fat one. We will do here. No, you definitely can't have that. That's mummy's. I left my spoons. Right. 250 grams of the easiest protein you will ever consume ever. I feel so sorry for people who are dairy free, because this is the easiest, like 25 grams of protein. It's probably not quite 25 grams, but then we'll go 30 grams of this. Stunning. And I will do absolutely no less than 30 grams If it's 28 grams, I'll make it 31. And then we mix. And there we have the one meal that has genuinely kept me in my deficit. If you're looking for someone who eats completely whole foods, no sugar at all, you are absolutely in the wrong place. But that is what's going to help me get abs. So I'm going to sit and enjoy it. I am one hungry woman. It's dinner time. I was about to look at my watch. It's actually on my ankle because I have to put it on there because when I push the pram it doesn't pick up. Just 8. Just put Rome down to bed 20 minutes ago. Finished up a bit of work. We're going to have burgers. Charlie's pissed off because I took some mince out of the fridge and freezer, sorry, and it's defrosted and absolutely stinks. So he's having to have my 5% stuff. I'm going to make burgers and salad. Usually I would have burgers with chips, but because I had my Weetabix this morning, I'm going to go easy on the double carb situation. So I'm going to have one burger, test my carb. You know, I was saying earlier, meat, carb, veg. 150 grams of 5% beef mince and some salad. I'm going to make, look, instead of buying, this is another fat loss hack, instead of buying pre-made burgers from the shop, so much higher protein and lower in fat to just make your own patties. So we'll do that. I'll then put them in balls, squash them, fry them. So here are my burgers. Just make sure I flatten them loads. And then I shall quickly fry them, let them rest, and then assemble. Just cooking them off on both sides. I've also made a salad, which is just lettuce, volume. There's more on my plate. Lettuce, tomatoes, cucumber and grapes. Balsamic vinegar, tiniest bit of olive oil, salt and pepper. I'll just add the tiniest bit of cheese to mine, and then Charlie can have the majority. And that is my burger. I'm just gonna chuck on a good amount of side salad. There we go. Delish. That is everything I eat in a day for fat loss for my photo shoot. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and I'll see you in my next video.